Hey, my name's Nicole, and I am a certified transformational breath facilitator. And today I just want to talk to you a little bit about this technique, transformational breath. This technique is so powerful because it accesses, works with, and benefits every level of your being. So I'm going to go over the physical level, the mental, emotional level, and the spiritual level so you can understand a little bit about why it's so great and so powerful. So physically speaking, most of us are only breathing with about 20% of our respiratory capacity. So this technique really encourages you to use more of it, to open up way down the lower parts of your respiratory system, breathing high up into the chest here, the collarbone, just to access this whole amazing system that we have. And you're going to breathe in and out the mouth, so you're going to bring in more oxygen in a shorter period of time, using more of the respiratory system, thus getting more benefit. So physically speaking, if you're breathing with more of your respiratory system and in a more efficient way, at least during this practice, then your whole body benefits because you're working with oxygen, which is the life force, the fuel, the prana that fuels every single cell in your body. So brain cells, skin cells, heart cells, muscle cells, everything needs oxygen to run. So if you bring in more oxygen, then everything runs better. So that's just physically speaking. Also, about 70% of the detoxification that happens in our bodies happens through the exhalation. So in this technique, we're going to go a little faster than you normally do. So that means you're exhaling more times per minute than you normally do. So you're clearing out toxins and such. So again, more clarity, more just optimal functioning of your whole physical being. So that's the physical level. Now we have the second level, or the mental and emotional level. And this I think is just fascinating and amazing and can benefit all of us. So as we go through life and we experience certain things, and we experience certain emotions as a result of those things, the easiest way for us to control what we're experiencing is for us to control our breath. And most of us do it without thinking at all. We just kind of hold our breath or tighten or maybe shorten our breath a little bit. Some of us maybe even completely contract and hold our breath when we're going through something really stressful, or some feeling comes up that we're like, oh, I don't want to deal with that, or I don't have time for that, or it's uncomfortable, or maybe we got messages when we were kids that we're not supposed to feel that particular thing in that way, or we're not supposed to express it or whatever, and so we don't feel safe in that situation. So we hold our breath, we contract our bodies, and we contract the little muscles around our respiratory system to stop the flow of that emotional energy. So, which is great. It's a survival mechanism that's built in for us, and it works. But the thing is, that emotional energy that's coming up is meant to just come up, give us information, we feel it, we experience it, and then it integrates with the rest of us. But if we, for whatever reason, for societal conditioning or for pressure or just because we don't want to deal with it, if we stop that flow, that energy doesn't just disappear. It kind of gets stuck. And then it begins to muddy our field and cloud our vision and our whole bodies and everything. So we're basically like living life carrying around some stuck, stagnant energy that doesn't need to be there. And then we view life through that filter too. It's almost like if you have like a glass of water or something and you shake it up, it's cloudy, like that's and you held it in front of your face, like that's how you're looking at life, through this old anger or fear or sadness or grief or whatever that we think we didn't deal with, but it's just in the background affecting how we experience everything. So why this technique is powerful in this level is that as we breathe in and out in a connected way, you're creating a very high vibrational frequency because you're working with your life force as well. You're working with your breath. So that frequency is powerful. It works as like a magnet. There's a physical principle called the law of entrainment that says when you bring a high vibrational frequency in contact with a low vibrational frequency, the low actually changes form. It transforms from vibrating at a frequency like this to vibrating at a frequency like this. So what that has to do with the breath and the emotions is that, like I said, the breath, this circuitous thing, you're filling your field, your energetic field, with high frequency. Very powerful. Usually the emotions and the things that we don't want to feel are lower vibrational frequencies, especially when we've like stuffed them down and they get kind of muddy and confused. So it's this lower vibrational energy. And you can feel that, right? Like when you're sad or depressed or feeling ashamed, how does that feel? It feels heavy, right? Like your shoulders tend to feel heavy. Maybe even you feel like a weight on your chest or something. That's the energetic frequency quality of that emotion. Versus like love and light and peace and connectedness, those are all high vibrational frequencies. So when you're using this breath, circuitous way, high frequency, anything in your field that is lower frequency begins to transform to a higher frequency. So you're literally changing your field. You're becoming happier, freer, more peaceful, more connected just by using your breath. Also, because I said the mental and emotional level, thoughts have frequencies too. You know, some of them are very low frequency. They feel awful when you think them, and some of them have a higher frequency. So those we're all carrying around too, so the breath can help clear some of those out as well. And then finally, we have the spiritual level. And for me, I just like to keep this super simple by saying, as we breathe in this way and we clear out any stuck, stagnant junk, old energy, old emotions, then it makes it that much easier for us to connect to our spirits, you know, our hearts, who we really are, and to the divine, you know, connect to the Great Spirit. So that is some of the reasons why transformational breath is so powerful, why I love this technique, and how it can benefit you. So I invite you to try it in whatever way you can. Check out any of my other videos that can help walk you through the practice, and just keep breathing, keep opening your breath. Take care.